Hello friends, SentinalH here, and welcome back to Frostpunk. So in the last episode we did a couple of things. We went through the tech tree some more, we upgraded our generator's range, and I think we already had we haven't done the power yet. We got steam hubs, we built sawmill and steelworks, and we're well on our way here. Steelworks over here is chilly. Before the temperature drops in about a day and a half, we need to get some heat at the steelworks, or we need to run it with the Automaton, because we have an Automaton coming in one day, which is going to be awesome. Right now though, I've got 4 engineers. I don't have any workers left. Too many of our people are amputees and sick, so yeah, it's radical treatment was not the way to go, because now we have 4 of our people as amputees, which is very bad. How are we on coal? Coal is just keeping up. Food rations are just not. We have just a little bit, not enough food. We'll need to fix that. We took everyone out of the sawmill because we didn't need it at the moment. Let's turn the speed up here, because there's really nothing we can do right now because it's rest time. Alright, the day is starting. We shouldn't need to have... we got everyone housed, and we almost have a new law to pass. Okay. This gathering post is now depleted. We can deconstruct it. It's a good thing we got that sawmill and that steelworks going before we ran out of that. And now, those people can go work in this hunter's hut. Well, not all of them, because only 10 of them are actually... There were only 10 there, and they were the only workers. Okay, I'm going to take workers out of here and put engineers in there. Well, actually, you know what? 10 people might be enough. 10 people in there might be enough to cover our shortfall for now. Because we need an additional workshop. We can't get by with just one workshop. It's not going to happen. And I want to place it right here. Well, we should honestly place more houses over here, because then they can be in range of that fighting place. So instead... we could fit 2 workshops here eventually. We'll build that. It'll get built. Alright, we are done with the research. Now that our medical post is doing better, it should definitely help. I want drafting machines, and I can afford it. I've got plenty of wood. But I feel like before drafting machine, we need to acquire a coal supply. We have 2 options, because this coal is going to run out. There's only 782. It's not going to run out for a while, but it's going to run out. We have 2 options for coal. Well, we have 3 options, but I've never even built this thing. We have coal thumpers and coal mines. So the coal thumper, you have to have people working it. It produces a coal pile on the surface, 560 per day, enough to run 2 gathering posts next to it continuously. So you have to man 3 buildings. It takes 30 people to run the coal thumper coal production, and you can get 560 coal, well, per day, I think, however much you get. Conversely, the coal mine base level produces 240 coal per workday, per standard workday, but it costs a steam hub and only takes 10 people. So since we have a people shortage, we need to get the coal mine, because I don't think we can support the coal thumper because we don't have enough people yet. We need this guy to find some more people, and we need that automaton to show up so he can take over one of the buildings. Book of Laws. We need to sign the care house, because we have 3 days to sign the prosthetics. And now we will build the care house, and it needs to be heated, obviously. I wanted this to just be housing, and this is not going to be ideal. We need to demolish this road and move things. We don't want gaps. Gaps are bad because they make things less efficient. And you have to be efficient with your space because you don't get any more. So I really don't want to locate the care house somewhere where I'm going to have to immediately move it. We're going to place it over here. It's the same size as the workshop, so it'll fit here as well. The care house is by default warmer, so it's going to be okay. Alright, we'll just let it go. The good thing about the care house... Oh, I need these things to get done first. Is that the people that are living there only eat half rations. So... Why are you going to... Oh, you're working there. No, you're not. Nobody works at the care house. Why are you going to the... Why are you in a care house if there's no issues? It's the people that are gravely ill or amputees that come here. Oh, wait. These are probably... Are these... No, it would say that they were an amputee. Whatever. The people that are living there get half rations. So, that helps. 1 day, 5 hours. Come on, Automaton. Get here. Oops. Large convoy. We found survivors. 26 workers, 19 engineers. We are escorting them because we need them immediately. 20 hours to get back. And we got coal mine already, which is awesome. So now we need to we'll get something else now. I really want the drafting machines because I want to get the infirmary ASAP. So we'll have to get drafting machines. So that'll take a while to get. And we will now construct a coal mine. Now coal mines can only go on coal deposits. There are 3 of them on this map. 2 of them over here and 1 of them way over there. We're going to put our first coal mine here. I'm going to rotate it because I like it. I like the tower part turned towards the edge. I don't know why. I just think it looks aesthetically pleasing. And you know me. So we're going to place that there, and when our automaton gets here, it's going to run that. We just spent our first steam core. They are a finite resource. You can't make them. You can only find them out in the Frostlands. Man, there's so many people sick absence from all these places. We just can't treat people quickly enough. Right. We should be pretty well set, though. At the moment. We're gaining coal. It's pretty good. Okay. So, what we want to do now is... These are hunters going out for their hunt. We're not going to get this thing built because nobody's during work time because everybody has a job. But as soon as it becomes free time, they'll start building it. See? There we go. So it's not being run by anyone right now. But that's fine. We don't need it to be. Because they still have to gather 576 coal from this gathering post. Once it's depleted, we will dismantle it. And the automaton will be here by then. It's free time for some people. Well, no, it's free time for everyone now. When the free time is yellow, I think that means that it's only free time for the people on normal shifts. How's our food supply? Yep. Checking the economy screen a lot is really important. Darn it, we have another amputee. It's not difficult to fix amputees, but you have to get the factory before you can do it. And the temperature fell. It's now colder. We're gonna put the generator into overdrive. That heats up every heat zone, not by a lot, unless you upgrade it. But it heated up the houses enough so that we're no longer cold at home. I can't keep it on all the time, but I can keep it on for a decent amount of time. Ooh, that little icon. It wasn't there before. These little icons for heat, these little thermometers, those are new. I think they're new. I was just playing this game yesterday, and I don't think those were there. Okay, now we need to research the infirmary. That way, we can start treating gravely ill people at the infirmary instead of at the medical post, and we won't be... oh, I'm spending all my wood. We just don't have enough people. Oh, they're going to be here in 2 hours. Awesome. So that's cool. We need to build houses for them, or, well, tents. There's actually an achievement for completing the game, the scenarios, with a scenario without building anything other than tents, any housing other than tents. Which would honestly be a pretty dumb thing to do. I need to fix this though. So we need to connect the Steam Hub differently. Like this. Which tile is it on? It's on that tile. Well, that's an issue. We're never going to get 100% efficiency on where we've placed these things, because they haven't been placed ideally. I still need to work out. Okay, there we go. We got our people back. We've got more people now. And we will send this guy out to this weather station. It's going to take him a long time to get there. We now have 33 homeless. I want that built. Okay. We will immediately put people to work. Oh, darn it. The sawmill is cold. Places are cold now. I need to boost them. Oh, no, the heater was already on. If their workplace is cold, then they get sick. Oh, darn it. The cookhouse is cold. Once we have enough coal production, we can boost the range on the generator. We don't have it yet, though. Once that automaton shows up, we will. We'll put these people in the sawmill. It's going to be here in 8 hours. We're going to put these people in the coal mine. I'm going to add 4 more workers to the other hunter's hut. We have now we've now used everybody, essentially, until we get the infirmary. Okay, so that road's been built, so now I can deconstruct this segment of road. So they'll go ahead and do that. Is it set? Is the task been set? Oh, it automatically deconstructs. Cool. Infirmary's been researched. It needs to be placed in a heat zone. I mean, it's pretty hot already. I am anticipating, we're going to build it there. I'm anticipating increasing the heat zone range. Somebody's happy about the care house. I also really want generator efficiency, so we have to get power level before we can get that. Coal mining optimization is great. Basically anything that upgrades something else is going to be a good thing. But I need hunting tactics. Hunting tactics is, if you're going to use hunters' huts, the hunting tactics upgrade is the best upgrade because it takes 5 fewer people to run each one. So that's 50% decrease to the amount of workforce required. We're going to heat the coal mines so people don't get crazy sick. And yeah, coal gain is up. Once this automaton gets here, coal gain is going to go up even more because we're going to put people, we're going to have it run the coal mine. And it's going to run it 24 hours a day. It takes 10 engineers to run the infirmary. Okay, so now we have that built. We need tents. And we're out of wood. So the sawmill just needs to keep running. Oh. Overtime. Overtime for you. We need more wood. Tent. Okay, so we need road that doesn't interfere with this, with our construction. So we are going to run it from here to there. Once that's built, we'll deconstruct the other road. Ah, the automaton's here. Yes. This thing's awesome. That must be the steam core in there. Look at this thing. Here's the question. Would that thing be able to walk and stay upright the way it's designed? That's what I'm interested in. I mean, it's got 4 legs. Most of these robots, that I see that are walking have more. 6 or 8. Alright, so we're taking these people out and we're putting the automaton in the coal mine. Even though and look at that. We get 100 more coal per day. Here's the way, here it is. And look, here's the way the automatons work. Watch them. These things are awesome. So as soon as you assign it to the building, you start getting the output, even though the animation doesn't show it. Alright, we now need to assign prosthetics, which I always planned on doing anyway, because people can become amputees for other reasons. It's going to cost us 50 steel to build the prosthetic. Look at this. It climbs onto the building and sticks its legs inside and attaches itself to it. And then these pistons start pumping. It's so cool. They just sort of sit on top of the building. They leave footprints that you can see in the snow. And he's going to work 24 hours. Now he's going to have to come back to the generator to refuel, which is a bit of a problem. Once we have a second one running, we can put a steam hub over there, because automatons will refuel at a steam hub as well. And the benefit of that is that it doesn't take them as long to get there, because basically that's the only time that an automaton isn't working, is when he's going back to recharge. So if you can minimize the amount of time that the automaton spends recharging by building a steam hub right next to its workplace, then you got it. The problem with that is that I think it has to be on in order for the automaton to recharge. And the problem there is that is that we were spending the coal to keep it running. The thing about automatons is they don't care about the cold. Alright, we need to turn the overdrive off. People are going to complain, discontent's going to rise because it's now chilly at home, but the risk of getting ill is still low. As long as these buildings are still operating, I don't care. I know that sounds bad, I don't care, but I really don't. I don't even know why it keeps track of your prosthetics up here. I don't really know why you need to, because you really never end up having very many of them. Alright, hunting tactics researched. We suddenly have a lot more people to work with, because each one of these takes 5. We just gained 15 more people for our workforce. We need to add a new research. Always be researching. If you can't afford to start a research, you've got problems. I don't think I can because I don't have enough wood. You never want these things. There's the factory. We need to get the factory. We can't build one anyway because we need a steam core. So this guy needs to find some steam cores. Ooh, that's what we need to research. More scouts. Again, we don't have enough wood. And there we go. More scout. Oh, we need 20. Damn it. Oh, we still don't have enough houses for people. That's fine. We need to research additional scouts. I would put this on another 24-hour shift, but our discontent is so high that I'm worried about that. We are gaining now 732 coal per day, so that means we have enough to flip on the increased generator range. It hasn't even had an impact. I mean, this goes up, but we're getting a lot of coal. So now this area is warm. The steam hubs are on a separate range. They have their own separate range upgrades. Tents. This road is now in the way. This medical post is in the way. Is anybody actually there? No patients. Deconstruct it. Here comes the automaton back to the generator to refuel. This is the only time when it's not working, but this is still showing that. If we had a steam hub close to the coal mine, then it would be able to refuel there, and we are presumably. I like how it sort of just walks right through it. It's sort of like, I can rotate the view. It sort of clambers up on top of the generator, and I'm not really sure how it's interfacing with it. Doesn't seem to be. It just seems to be standing there. It's got its legs stuck inside this big boiler thing at the bottom. This big ball thing. I'm assuming that's the boiler. Okay, more scouts has been researched. That means that we can buy another scouting party. 40 wood and 5 people. If you ever decide to, you can disband your scouts and you get that back. I mean, obviously you get the people back, but you also get the wood back. We want, okay, I know I said I wanted the factory, but I want lighter scout sleds. That scout boost to their speed, really, really important. But before we do that, we need more tents. Interesting. We're gonna need 2 more tents, and then we'll put road in there. Just like that. We have more than enough people available to work it. In fact, because our wood supply does not seem to be keeping up with the rate at which... No, stop it! With the rate at which I can use it. We're going to build another sawmill. Let's see. I don't know if there's a point to putting it there. Instead, we should put it over here. I don't want to destroy these trees, but we need to clear out this space so that later we'll be able to build there. So there's very good reasons. Oh, we're out of wood. We don't have enough, I mean, we don't have enough wood for it. We're not out of wood, but we don't have enough wood. Okay, coal is going to be a problem, but we do have a resource depot somewhere. Here it is. We will switch it from wood to coal. Resource depots store 3 times as much coal as they do wood. And this gathering post has finished, so we will deconstruct it. And that's good because we now have the workers available to go do something else. Coal balance is now in the negative because we only have the single coal mine. We honestly don't need the generator's range increased, so we'll just turn that down.
End of shift.
Okay, shift's over. We don't have enough wood. They will build it. Coal balance is now back into positive. There's 2 ways to really manage your coal: stockpiling and making sure that you have enough coal production to meet whatever your current demand is. If you go going for a stockpiling strategy, you basically just want to have as much, you want to store up as much coal as possible for the cold days, like these days here, so that during the warm days you don't use as much coal. You stockpile enough so that once it gets cold you can turn it up and you have enough coal in your stocks to last out the cold. That's one method of doing it that can work. Okay, we're producing just as much food as we need to meet demand, which isn't quite what I want. I want to overproduce food. I want to have a stockpile of food. We don't currently have a stockpile of food, but that's fine. Again, I can't pull an emergency shift because it would probably max out our discontent, honestly. Wow, we have so many sick people. 14 people being treated. Here's the infirmary. About 10 hours to treat them. There's the automaton. Ah, they've reached the observatory and found more survivors. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, remember some of our lost people. They explained that they came here for help but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. We're going to escort them back, and we've unlocked more places. So the lore of the game, as pieced together by these explorations, is that... Oh, see, because the discontent's so high, they're talking about needing a better leader. They don't like me right now. I've never actually let discontent get this high. Is it going up? Okay, it went down because it's warm now. Actually, go down a lot because it's warm. Holy cow! That added a lot of discontent. I didn't realize how much discontent cold at home could add. Now, corpse disposal is because I've had someone die and I haven't signed cemetery.
Get to work. Move.
I haven't signed the cemetery thing. They found a weather station. Steam cores. We found winter home and a coal mine. I want to go to the coal mine. I don't want to go to winter home yet. Yeah, corpses in the street. I will solve this problem. What? Don't just leave him in the street. You're just going to leave him in the street until I tell you to do something else with them? Come on, be smart. It's literally frozen outside of the range of the generator. Stick them in the snow. Ironically, that's one of the things you can do. So if we go over here, we can do corpse disposal, keeping dead bodies out of the heat zone and cover them with snow. You have to build a snow pit. It's got to be outside of any heat zones, so you've got to put them way far away. Or, and this is what you can do, cemetery, where you give them a proper burial. This thing can go anywhere. You only got to build one of them, and it's only 10 wood. If you do corpse disposal, you can later do organ transplants, where you use the preserved organs to transplant into your people, or which sounds really awesome. But I'm already highly discontented. But you know, we went with radical treatment, so maybe this society is just going to be like really up on like the medical tech. We can turn this off. And we can turn that off. I always forget to turn these things off. We need a new research. We've got lighter scout sleds. The scouts are faster now. I want this outpost depot. We need generator efficiency. I've never gone this long without generator efficiency, but what we really need are factories. We need factories so we can start upgrading our automaton and building more, as well as getting the prostheses. But first, we're going to get this, which the reason for that will become clear once we get to the coal mine. I've gone about 20 days into this scenario so I could unlock the other scenarios so I could start playing them. Because I did want this scenario to largely be a surprise for me during this Let's Play series. I know I don't want to go to winter home right now.